Hi, and welcome to Freedom of Movement. Today we're going to be moving through a nice, simple flow here on our mat. So let's start off seated, please. So, with those legs crossed, or really any way that you're comfortable, but let's take a moment to close down the eyes, and then to grow that little bit taller as we press through our sit bones, and we find a gentle tug of the chin as well, so feeling that length throughout the entire spine. And beginning now with some nice deep breaths. Breathing in through the nose, all the way down, feeling the body expand. And gradually letting that breath go. So here, with that next inhale, can we circle sweep our arms on up and above our head, and then as we exhale, hands come down through heart center, and moving back on through, we inhale to circle sweep up, and then hands coming down through heart center on that exhale. And one more time as we circle sweep on up, we exhale, hands coming down through heart center. Perfect. From here, circle sweeping up and above our head, and introducing a little bit of a side bend. So let's start off to that right hand side and just tipping on over to the right, and then bringing it on back to the middle, and then just tipping over to the left as we continue to reach, as we continue to find length through the spine. Good, bring it on back to the middle, and one more time, let's go back across to our right hand side, option for that right elbow to come down or towards the earth, and back to the middle, growing tall and tipping over towards that left hand side now, and perhaps that left elbow coming on down towards the earth, and then bring it on back to the middle. And then let's take our hands out and in front, and just walking those fingertips on out nice and slow. And when we find we can't walk out the hands any further, can we let it go through the neck? Again, introduce a little bit of a stretch along the back of the body, taking a nice deep breath or two here, and then bringing this back on in. And let's make our way now onto all fours. So we've got hands stacked over, stacked under our shoulders. We've got knees underneath our hips. From here, moving with that breath, we're going to roll on through our cat-cow flow. So as we inhale, can we roll through the hips, belly button on down towards the earth, lifting our gaze just ahead of us. And then exhale, curling on under as we move back up through the spine to find that cat pose. So then flowing on back as we inhale, starting from the hips, rolling through. Exhale, we curl up and under to that cat pose. Inhale on back and curling on through, on up. Good. From here, finding a nice neutral spine, finding that midpoint, and then drawing that belly button on in, and then let's just fly that right arm out and in front. So finding length now, and then gently bring it on back towards the earth, and then let's take this across onto that left hand side as we reach with those left fingertips. Good, then gently on back, and now let's give this a go with our legs. So making sure we keep our hips level, we're pressing that right heel out back behind. We think about that right little toe facing down towards the earth. Take a moment here, ensure we're still controlling through the core. We still have that length from the crown of the head to that right heel, and then gently on down, and then across and onto the opposite side as we lengthen now through the left. That left leg is nice and straight, left little toe to face the ground, those leg muscles are engaged. Take a moment just to hold here. and then gently on down. So moving into our spinal balance. Now we've got a few options today. You may choose just to reach the arms out and in front in time with our breath, or you may choose to lengthen out the legs one at a time, once again moving with that breath. Or if it's in your practice, you may choose to move both arm and opposite leg in time with the breath. So feel free to explore and just to choose whichever option feels right. So we're going to inhale, find length through that right hand and that left leg. Exhale, gently on down, and then moving across and onto the opposite side, left hand and or right leg. And then gently on down, moving back across, draw the belly button in, then find length now with that right hand. Exhale, take this on down, and inhale across to that left hand side. Taking this on down, and one more on each side as we inhale, lengthening out with that right hand. Exhale towards the earth and inhale across and onto the opposite side. And gently on down. So back here on all fours. So can we bring that right hand now on the small of our back? From here we're going to move through a bit of a twist. So starting off by opening up towards that right hand side as we draw that right elbow towards the earth. Now at all times that right hand stays glued to our lower back. And then let's try and draw that right elbow down towards the earth. Good, as we introduce a bit of a twist. So let's introduce the breath. As we inhale, we wind open to the right. We exhale, we take this down to find a bit of a twist. Good, a couple more times as we inhale, open. Exhale to twist on through. And one more time as we inhale to open. Finding a little bit more space, exhale, drawing this on through. Gently landing, and let's take this across onto that opposite side. So left hand now on the small of our back. Starting off by gently peeling open to that left hand side. Notice how it feels if it differs from the right. And then gently drawing that left elbow through towards the ground. Good, from here introduce the breath. As we inhale, we open up to that left hand side. Exhale, drawing this on through. Good, inhale to open back up. Exhale to twist on through. And one more time as we inhale to open. And exhale to twist on through. Good, landing that left hand back on down, and from here let's press those hips forwards just a touch to find that kneeling plank. So our kneeling plank, we've got a wonderful straight line from the crown of our head passing through our shoulders, hips, and on down to our knees. So we think about drawing that belly button in, we think about squeezing our glutes to hold this nice straight line. So our kneeling plank. From here, can we press on back and into our child's pose? Good, take a moment here. And then let's take this back on forwards, so to that kneeling plank position, nice and long through the body, and then pressing back to that child's pose. So knees as wide or as narrow with your child's pose as you would like. And then taking this back forwards as we inhale to that kneeling plank. Exhale, pressing back. Inhale, shifting that weight forwards, high or kneeling plank. Exhale, press on back. Once again, that child's pose. And one more time as we inhale forwards, our high or kneeling plank. And exhale, pressing back to our child's pose. This time let's make our knees that little bit wider now, about mat distance apart, And just resting those hips onto our heels or towards our heels, arms wherever they feel comfortable. And taking a wonderful deep breath. Great, and then gently let's take this down and onto our stomach. Great, from here we've got our hands by our sides, palms to face down towards the earth. And just moving into our locust pose from here. So can we draw our ankles together, pointing our toes? Lovely. From here, winding open with our shoulders, finding length through the body as we lift our feet and our chest off the earth. Take a moment to hold here, to squeeze the shoulders open a little bit further. And then gently take this on down. Now let's turn this into a bit of a flow. As we inhale, we can open up. As we lift, we exhale. We gently control it on back. Inhale to open on up. Ankles together. Exhale, taking this back on down. A couple more times from here as we inhale to lift, to lengthen. Exhale, taking this back towards the earth. And one more time as we inhale on up. And this time we're holding here. As we squeeze our ankles together, we continue to breathe. We just hold here, lifting, lengthening, ensuring that our gaze is just here at the top of our mat to ensure that we aren't straining through the back of the neck. Holding here for one more breath. And then gently on down. Nice work. From here, lifting our heart space on up and into our sphinx pose. So we may bring those elbows underneath our shoulders, or if this doesn't feel quite right through the back, you may choose to bring those elbows out a little bit further away. And just holding through here as we think about pressing our heart space now towards the top of our mat. As we think about breathing into our chest, and take a moment here to check in with our shoulders, ensuring that they're open or at least that they're neutral. And relaxing through the face and taking one more deep breath here. Great, and then gently on down. And then any way that you feel comfortable, let's press on back and find ourselves in a seated position. That may be through our kneeling plank. So we're here seated with our legs crossed, or really any way that you feel comfortable. You may choose to place a block underneath the hips. But let's close down the eyes. And let's finish off our practice with some wonderful, deep breaths. And I encourage you just to slow down those breaths. Slow down the breath and see if we can breathe just that little bit deeper.